As the urgency builds to end the shutdown, President Trump does seem determined to give his State of the Union address, despite House Speaker Nancy Pelosi urging him to delay it. And as the Senate is poised to vote on competing bills to end the stalemate, there is still no clear end in sight. This morning, the White House says it's moving forward with the State of the Union address next Tuesday at the Capitol as planned, despite a request by House Speaker Nancy Pelosi to reschedule it due to what she called security concerns prompted by the shutdown. Concerns Trump administration officials have said are unfounded. The White House sent a letter to the House Sergeant-at-Arms asking for a dry run for the speech, and overnight, Press Secretary Sarah Sanders dug in.
Nancy Pelosi invited the president. He accepted. She cited security concerns as a potential reason to delay that. The United States Secret Service and DHS have addressed those concerns, and we're moving forward until something changes on that front.
It comes as Senate leaders search for an exit ramp from the shutdown, now in its fifth week. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell scheduling a vote tomorrow on Mr. Trump's proposal to reopen the government, which would restore protections for 3 years for young, undocumented immigrants known as Dreamers in exchange for $5.7 billion for a border wall.
It's a proposal that the president will support. As I've stated consistently over the past month, that fact will earn it consideration here in the Senate.
Democrats insist that's dead on arrival.
The president's proposal is one-sided, harshly partisan, and was made in bad faith.
Mr. Trump's plan is all but certain to fail because Senate Republicans need 60 votes to pass it, requiring 7 Democrats to break ranks. The Senate is also set to vote tomorrow on a second Democratic-backed proposal that would reopen the government for 2 weeks without funding for the border wall. But that's also likely to fail, with Republican senators largely standing with the president, demanding money for his key priority.
The wall is a way to ensure that traffic is funneled to points of entry that can be monitored, but it also is a way to make it harder to cross the border.
Back to the State of the Union, Kristen. If Speaker Pelosi formally rescinds the invitation for the president to speak on the House floor, then what happens next? I mean, what are the other options here?
Right. Well, look, while the White House seems to be full steam ahead on the original plan for the president to speak at the Capitol, officials here are also preparing separate passages of the speech just in case it's delivered outside of D.C. Now, for his part, the president will meet with conservative leaders later today to discuss his immigration proposal to try to turn up the heat on Democrats.